If you've been researching Oklahoma, if you've been wondering what it's like to live in Oklahoma, and specifically Tulsa, Oklahoma, in this video, I am going to share with you the 5 things that I absolutely love about living in Tulsa that I think that you will love too. And of course, no place is perfect. I've done a pros and cons video, and I do try to be, or I don't try to be, like I am completely honest, with our cons. So, if you want to see cons, then that's a different video. In today's video, I'm going to go over 5 amazing things about Tulsa, Oklahoma and our surrounding suburbs. And if this is your first time to our channel and you want to know absolutely everything that there is to know about living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or some of our surrounding suburbs like Broken Arrow or Owasso, Bixby, or Jinx, then tap that little bell notification and subscribe. That way you'll be the first to know what's going on in our local Tulsa area real estate market. I'm Sabrina Shaw. I am a local real estate agent here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I make these videos for you so that if you're thinking about making that move to Tulsa, Oklahoma, then you'll reach out to me and you'll either talk to me or somebody on my team. And it doesn't matter if, you're 9 days out, 90 days out, 9 months, or you're coming into town this weekend. It's never too early and it's never too late to give us a call. And we would absolutely love the opportunity to help you make that seamless move to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So if Oklahoma has come up on your radar, one of the reasons could be the cost of living. In a recent article by the Journal Record in 2024, Oklahoma was named with the lowest cost of living, approximately 14.6% under the national average. And where that cost comes from, well, first of all, that study was done by Go Banking Rate. And where that comes from is 6%, lower on groceries, 2% lower on utilities. And of course, there were some other calculations and comparisons, but where we really shine is the housing, and it was 31.5% lower than the national average. Now, I will tell you, being in Tulsa or the surrounding suburbs, our housing average is higher than Oklahoma's housing average as a whole. But as you're going to come to find out, Tulsa has so much to offer, that I can say you probably might not, that I can guess you probably weren't aware of. And if you stay until the end of this video, I will pull up some housing and, I'll show you different price points and what you can get, how far your dollar will stretch. And I've also, if you go to my channel, I have video after video, showing you guys different neighborhoods, different suburbs, different housing options to give you an idea of, what the area is like, what our surrounding suburbs are like. The second thing that I love about Oklahoma, and I've come to appreciate even more as I talk to more and more of you guys coming from out of state who completely love this, but it is our green space. There are so many trees. There's so much lush greenery. There are so many parks. Like, our green space is absolutely incredible. We've got, starting out, we've got the Gathering Place, which is a top 10 world attraction. The story behind the Gathering Place is, completely amazing because it was philanthropic. Oh my goodness, just an incredible place. My kids are, all grown in college now, and I wish it would have been around when they were little because it is just, it's magical. But even if you don't have kids, it would be a great place to go on a date. It's a great place to work. Like, I'll go and, work remotely in the lodge sometimes just to be in the scenery. I mean, the Gathering Place is completely amazing. And, I've done some videos, that talk more about that. But it's, just this amazing park that has ponds and trails and so much, and there's so many activities there too, with things to do. Completely incredible for, like I said, for adults and kids. And right off of, the Gathering Place, you're across from, Riverside, and we have our River Trails park system, and that is pretty incredible too. You have walking, people can walk, ride their bikes, rollerblade. It's just, a completely cool jog. People can jog. And great place to be outdoors and be active. And there's really some great development going on in the river. One of our mayoral candidates, Karen Keith, who there's a good chance that she is going to be mayor, was talking about in a podcast that I did with her, I was talking about, Zinc Lake, and they have been working on getting water so the Arkansas River has been, pretty dry. So sometimes like when we get a lot of rain, it'll be more beautiful, but it's kind of been dry. So, it's not a completely beautiful water feature, but they have reworked, the city leaders, been working on this for, a long time, but reworking the dam system. So now we've got Zinc Lake, which is keeping the water, by Riverside fuller, keeping the water there. And so there's going to be, more water activities. They're going to do the Great Raft Race. There will be activities that you can do on the water again. They've reworked the pedestrian bridge, and it's completely very, very cool and something that Tulsa really needed. So it's just an added great benefit to be there, right by the gathering place. And for Labor Day, they're having the big dam party to celebrate. It has literally just finished. So it's going to be, super exciting for Tulsa, for the area. So you'll love that. Besides that, there's Turkey Mountain, great for hiking. Turkey Mountain is not a mountain, it is a hill. But we do have like the Quartz Mountains, and there are other mountain systems, like not in Tulsa, but there's tons of day trips you can do. So Tulsa is part of Green Country. And Green Country is made up of 18 counties in northeast Oklahoma. And there are so many different like eco regions. You've got tall grass prairies, you've got mountains, you've got 40 lakes. It's just incredible, like the diversity of, the ecosystems that you have and the opportunities that you have to be outside. So like as far as exploring and, wanting to go for a day trip or a weekend trip, there are, many, many things to do. And lake life is so fun. So just in Tulsa, you have Skytook Lake, you have Keystone Lake, you have Lake Big Soma, you've got the Arkansas River, just a little bit further out, you've got Grand Lake, you've got Lake Eufaula. And lake life is fun, y'all. Chilling on the boats, whether you're just riding around or you're going to, ski or get on the tubes or just hang out on the dock. Very, very fun. But with our lakes too, there's plenty of options for camping. Having your RV. Lake houses are fantastic. Make friends that have lake houses. But lake life, is a whole video in and of itself, but very fun. So you've got that. You can go to Woolarock, which is really cool. See the buffalo. There's the Pioneer Woman that you can travel to. Like so many cool spots. In downtown, you have Guthrie Green, which is a little green space in downtown Tulsa, which is, really cool. They have food trucks there on Wednesdays. They'll have like the Tulsa Ballet will do shows. They'll have live music. They'll have movies on the lawn, yoga on the lawn, like so much cool space. The Drillers Stadium is our minor league baseball team. And so that's, some, really great fun green space that I'll talk more about, upcoming. But oh my goodness, you just, you drive through these neighborhoods and, there's these beautiful trees, there's rolling hills, like it's not flat, it's not desolate. You're not seeing the tumbleweeds. And I find that that's what some of you guys picture. And so, yeah, there are parts of Oklahoma in the Panhandle that are like that, but the Tulsa area is nothing like that. I think you'll completely enjoy that. The third thing that I love about Tulsa is our art scene. And starting with downtown Tulsa and our buildings, we have one of the biggest collections of Art Deco in the United States. And so Tulsa was the oil capital of the world at one point. So what that means is we didn't get like the regular patterns of migration. So we had, a lot of people coming from the East Coast, a lot of people coming from the West Coast, and there was a lot of money in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And due to that, we have these amazing buildings, and, Art Deco was what was going on here then. So, I would definitely tell you to do Tulsa tours. Tour with Becky DeVore. She's completely amazing, and you will absolutely love learning from her and hearing the stories and getting to tour the buildings. There's a tunnel tour, like downtown Tulsa has like an underground tunnel system that is so cool. So, that's definitely something fun you should do. But just checking out the buildings are, completely incredible. So that gives Tulsa this really cool vibe. Now, I will tell you about, well, over 20 years ago, back when I was in high school, I'm not going to tell you how long ago, but it was over 20 years ago. Downtown Tulsa was, kind of desolate. Like people weren't coming there. There would be a few businesses that would try to open, but nothing could really stick. City leaders, community leaders, business leaders, all came together and, they formed, Vision 2025, which really got Tulsa, off to the start and investing dollars into downtown and into great things. And what we see now is just a completely different scene. Very, very cool and fun. My first client ever was from California, and she's like, your downtown is like a mini LA. Going back to, the art scene, we've got the art crawl, the first Friday of every month. And that is so fun. It's in the arts district. And you've got vendors outside that have, that will have art for sale. You've got live art going on in the street. You've got the Bob Dylan Center. You've got the Woody Guthrie Center. You've got the Jazz Hall of Fame. You've got these art museums. So it's such a really cool, fun vibe. Like, I would definitely tell you, if you can go to a First Friday art call, those are fantastic. And then, we've got the great restaurants and cool bars that you can visit and enjoy. And, people are just walking around outside, and it's fantastic. Our museums that we have, I touched on some, but we have the Philbrook Museum. Oh my goodness. That place is absolutely gorgeous. The grounds at the Philbrook are amazing. An amazing collection of art. They'll do, movies on the lawn in the spring and summer, events for the kids. And, they'll have activities for the kids to come and do, cocktail activities, and just so much stuff to interact with Philbrook. And it's beautiful. You've got the Gilcrease Museum, which is completely amazing too. On Green Space, Tulsa Botanical Gardens, I miss talking about that. They'll have music on the lawn. One of my viewers reached out, and she was moving to Tulsa to come for poetry. And so there's really just so much that goes on here around the art. So it's not like, it's not your, tumbleweed city of nothing going on. Like, it's completely amazing and fun and a great vibe. Well, my girlfriends and I went to the Performing Arts Center last night and saw Moulin Rouge, and it was so good. And that's so fun too. They bring Broadway shows. We have, the Tulsa Ballet. We have the Tulsa Opera. Again, we have the Jazz Hall of Fame. There are music festivals. So you have Studio Row that has where artists go to record music. Where I do my podcast is the Church Studio. We picked the Church Studio because it is iconic, and where we are recording, greats have played music. You have Leon Russell, Elton John, Stevie Wonder, people, like Zach Bryan, Chris Stapleton, so many more. Like, you look at the Church Studio and you can see, all the greats who have played there, and it's completely amazing. And it's actually a museum too, and definitely worth going. Okay, now number 4, coincides with number 3, talking about the arts, but number 4 is entertainment, the things that there are to do. So, of course, I already talked to you about the art crawl and the Performing Arts Center and the Tulsa Opera and the Tulsa Ballet and all those things. So, fine arts, there's all those things to see. Our live music is pretty fantastic. And I'm not a big music person, but we actually have a pretty cool live music scene. So we've got Kane's Ballroom, we've got the Mercury Lounge, we've got Duet, we've got the dueling pianos, which is completely fun. We've got the BOK Center, which brings in, like the big ticket names. You've got the casinos that have shows and bring in, some big ticket names. In Jinx, just a few minutes from Tulsa, you've got Maggie's Music Box. So as far as the music goes, there's plenty. And if you look at musicians that have their roots in, Tulsa and Oklahoma, you will see that a lot of musicians have their roots here. So are in the Jazz Hall of Fame, like our music scene is cool. But as far as entertainment, then we also have a minor league baseball team, the Tulsa Drillers, which feeds into the Dodgers. And that stadium is absolutely lovely. Like, it's so fun to bring your family, go on your own, go with your girlfriends, go on a date. If you're a guy, like, go with your guy friends, like, completely enjoyable and fun. And there are plenty of fantastic restaurants all around. Now, I will tell you this, and I have had some people comment and completely disagree with me because they think that it couldn't possibly be so. But I am telling you, our food scene is pretty incredible. We have some amazing, amazing talent here. Okay, we had 3 finalists here in Tulsa for the James Beard Awards. So I am telling you, like, our food scene is so cool. Again, there is so much talent, and I travel a lot. I don't travel internationally, but I travel, the United States and, Canada, and I'm a huge foodie. Like, I completely appreciate and love great, fantastic food. And when I order, like, it's a little bit crazy because I want to try everything and taste everything, and I want to taste everybody else's meal too, because it's just completely a joy to me to taste good food. So I'm telling you, like, our Tulsa restaurants, they compare. I will put it up against East Coast. I will put it up against, like, West Coast, Dallas, like, Canada, everywhere. We have amazing local restaurants. And so, of course, we have the chains more in the suburbs, but in Tulsa, and in downtown Tulsa and midtown Tulsa, you have all these just amazing local restaurants that are so, so good. I mean, food is, entertainment for me. So I would classify that in. But, when you're hanging out downtown, when you're hanging out in midtown, then it's definitely a spot to. There's just definitely plenty of choices to eat and have amazing food. Again, we have the museums, which I touched on, and we have things to do outdoors. And then, if you have kids and you're into sports, like, our Little League vibe is, pretty serious. So, there's always, there's always going to be, like, Little League games, whether that's soccer, football, or baseball. So much stuff to do, for the kids. Kids can do, if they're more in the rural areas, they can do 4-H. And I say rural areas, but even, like, the surrounding suburbs that feel, very suburban, you can do those kind of things. So, again, being on the lake, there's just, there's so much entertainment. You've got things like Main Event, which is big box shopping. We have fantastic shopping, which actually I'll go with that when I'm at our next number 5. I'll talk about that more, but plenty of fun things to do, like hanging out outside. Oh, some people so Tulsa nightlife, things close down about 2 a.m., but there are, someone commented on my post, like, the casinos are open all night. And so, some people at casinos, we have some big ones here. So, that's a thing for entertainment. So plenty of options for entertainment. Like, you will not be bored here. Number 5 is ease of access. And I'm going to go into that as far as ease of access in driving and our traffic to ease of access of, conveniences and amenities. So starting out with traffic, Tulsa is on a grid system as far as, the roads go. So it is super easy to figure out. And now our roads are not quite the best. That's going to be in a different video that, we always have road work and construction. But as far as getting around, you can get anywhere in Tulsa. Like, if you're in downtown Tulsa, it's going to take you 15 minutes to get anywhere else in Tulsa, 15 to 30 minutes to get to, any of the surrounding suburbs, depending, on how far you go out. But it is so easy to get anywhere. And, time after time after time, I just realized that. Well, I was showing a family from California around the other day. And I mean, we went everywhere, and they were like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe you can drive so far, so fast. And have this ease of access. And it wasn't even like downtime. It was just, like a regular part of the day. Now, I'm there is traffic. I mean, I don't want you to think that there isn't any traffic, but to give you a couple of examples, I had some clients from Houston, and I was talking to them and, about the traffic, and I'm like, oh, it's bad here, it's bad here. And they're like, oh my goodness, this is nothing. It's so easy to get around. I had some clients, different set of clients from California. A lot of you guys from California like moving out here. I took them like on Memorial, the highest traffic area in the Tulsa area, which they've just put in a new like diamond thing to relieve some traffic congestion. Whether it's working or not, I don't know. Honestly, I just try to avoid it. But I was like, oh my goodness, I'm sorry I took you guys down, the worst traffic area. And they just started laughing at me. They're like, what? We didn't even notice. So, it's definitely what you're used to and, in the eye of the beholder, for sure. But it's easy to get around. We have great highway systems. We have the turnpike, which is a toll road, but it's so easy to get around. Like, I use it to get everywhere. Ease of access is awesome. And then like the ease of access to amenities. So again, time after time, I hear you guys, thinking like Tulsa isn't going to have anything. Like, where are you going to shop? Like, where are you going to buy your groceries? What are you going to do? Like, we have a Costco. We have 2 Costcos. We have in Owasso, we have the world's largest Costco. We've got Target. We've got Starbucks. We've got Home Goods. We've got the Home Store. We have Sam's. We have Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Marshalls. Like, any kind of shopping or big box that you could want, we have it. I love Utica Square. Now, that Utica Square is our high-end shopping. And you've got, Saks Fifth Avenue. You've got White House Black Market. You've got Pottery Barn, Banana Republic. Now, we don't have, like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, those stores. We do have high-end stores and, great shopping. Oh, and talking about, things to do, Utica Square is completely fantastic. They have Summer's Fifth Night. So every Thursday, they have live music. And so they'll clear a parking lot. They'll set out a whole bunch of chairs. So you can bring your own lawn chairs, or you can sit on the chairs provided. And, you can bring like your picnic, your wine. They have the restaurants, have their patios open. So that is completely fun to do. But yeah, so there is easy shopping. You have everything that you need. Like, you have access to great medical care. We have top ranked hospital in Tulsa. You have everything. So ease of access and access to amenities is a super great thing, and something that people think that, Tulsa might not have. Okay, I knew it. There's definitely more than 5 things. So let me summarize just some other great things. That the diversity in Tulsa. So Oklahoma is a conservative state. I think we're the most conservative state in the United States as far as voting goes. Of course, anywhere across the country, your bigger cities, those are generally more liberal than, your small towns. So there's a mix of it here. And so you feel diversity in different ways of thought. You have diversity in, landscapes as far as, downtown Tulsa to midtown Tulsa to our top suburbs to our rural areas. So you definitely have diversity in, in terrain and thought. But with that diversity, I want to talk about the people. The people of Oklahoma are very kind and very nice, genuinely nice. Like, they want to help you. Like, they want to talk to you. They want to be nice. And you can, of course, people, aren't going to agree on, everything, but I feel like the diversity here is embraced, and people, really appreciate each other as humans. I will tell you a story. I was in Dallas, and Dallas is crazy, and oh my goodness, their highway system is crazy, and it stresses me out. I do not love driving on Dallas's highways, but I was to the place that I was going, and my GPS had taken me into this parking lot. Well, I guess it was a private parking lot, and the security guard came out there, and he was just kind of like pointing at me, and like, I'm rolling down my window, and he's not being nice. He was like being rude and like, you can't park here. And I was like, oh my goodness, like in Oklahoma, like if you're not allowed to park someplace, you're not allowed to park someplace. But, someone would be like, hey, you can't park here, go around the corner, and, that's where you park. So it's just like, it's a slower pace. It's not too slow, but it is a slower pace. If you're at the grocery store, if you're at the performing arts, if you're at a restaurant, like, you're going to talk to people. Like, people make small talk. and they're genuinely interested. So the people of Oklahoma, the Tulsa area, are pretty fantastic. So I love our people. I love our vibe. I love how we are. I love the appreciation. I love our diversity. And if you're thinking about making that move, I invite you out. Like, I would love to, and I'll get more to this to the end. We're not to the end yet. I'd love to, get you guys acquainted with the Tulsa area or any of the surrounding suburbs. And something that you might not know, actually, which is pretty cool. See, there's so much. Going back to activities, like we're big college football. So OU versus OU rivalry, the University of Tulsa TU, like tailgating, like that's a lot of fun, and people, are really into the college sports here, as we don't have a professional football team, but our college sports, wow. And that brings me, back to, the universities as far as education. You've got the University of Tulsa. You've got a main Tulsa OU campus, Tulsa OSU campus here, Connors State College. You've got Tulsa Community College. You've got Tulsa Tech. Like, we have some, pretty fantastic educational opportunities right here in Tulsa. Tulsa was just named a tech hub by the United States, and, they're going further and applying for, further designations, further money, but the money that will be pouring into our economy and what that will do for Tulsa, will make a big impact, that we're seeing a little bit now, but that we'll continue to see, throughout the upcoming years. You've got American Airlines that has, their biggest facility here. Being that Tulsa was once the oil capital of the world, we were heavily dependent on, the energy sector. So, we would go through the boom and bust cycle, and that would be really hard on our economy. So our local leaders, our state leaders have really worked to diversify our economy. So now we've got tech, we've got healthcare, we've got logistics, manufacturing, being where we are so local, middle of America. We have the transportation sector. We have the electrical vehicle corridor. You have more and more businesses coming to Tulsa. We've got the Port of Catoosa. Lots of great things. And I will say, like, the young professional, the entrepreneurial opportunities here are fantastic too. Like, there are some, great thought leaders here, great opportunities for people to get, plugged into and really network. So, that's a whole nother video. I'm just trying to tell you a few more great things about Tulsa. There's so much. Our film industry is becoming a thing. We have state leaders have put together, packages to entice filmmakers to come to Tulsa. So we are seeing more and more of the film industry here. You had Killers of the Flower Moon, you had the Tulsa King, Reservation Dogs. I mean, you have, we've just seen so much, coming and, keep coming to, for the film industry here. I hope that helped you get acquainted with, some of the great things for Tulsa. Again, there are so many fantastic things. Go through my videos. I really do try to show you what Tulsa is like. And, again, we have our great suburbs. We've got Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Jinx, Oklahoma, Bixby, Oklahoma, Owasso, Oklahoma. We have more of our rural suburbs: Tulsa, Oklahoma, Kiefer, Oklahoma, Sand Springs, Oklahoma, Collinsville, Oklahoma, Claremore. I mean, I've done videos over everything. So, there's just so many opportunities that you have that's still very close to Tulsa and to all the local amenities. And I promised you that I would show you some housing options. So we are going to pull up the screen and do that. And again, before I go into that, it's never too early and it's never too late to give us a call. So if you're thinking about making that move to Tulsa, Oklahoma, then again, I make these videos so that you'll reach out to me and you'll talk to me, or you'll talk to somebody on my team, and we would love to show you around town. Okay, and to show you some of our housing options, I did Tulsa, and then I have some of our surrounding suburbs that are some of the top ranked school systems in Oklahoma. So you have this house went under contract in a day, $344,900, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 2,035 square feet. So let's take a look at it, giving you an idea of, how far your dollar can stretch in different price ranges. And I pulled up houses that have just gone under contract within the past 2 weeks to give you like the closest idea. And then I put houses that were on the market for 14 days or less, just to give you an idea. So that way you can really see like our hottest properties on the market. Great outdoor area. It's a nice little house. Again, we don't know what it went under contract for, but the asking price was $344,900. This was $325,000 in Jinx. Swimming pool. Great little outdoor space. You see our green trees? Aren't they beautiful? And just going through this quickly, just to give you a little sneak peek. Okay, this one, basically a little under a half acre, was listed at $449,000 in Thousand Oaks. Didn't give us a square footage. Nice house, could use some updating, but it's nice. Let me get to the yard. Pool. Nice green space, right? Right, $500,000. We had a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,520 square feet on almost a quarter of an acre lot. 3-car garage. Nice house. Open floor plan. Let's get and look at that outside. Plenty of space for sure. They're upstairs. Little game room, theater room, nice back porch, tree. All right, 565 in Forest Trails, 3,521 square feet on 0.64 acre of a lot. So bigger lot, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Pool. Great outdoor space. Wow. Now, let me give you this caveat is, again, I pulled the hot properties. So, the ones with the pools are going to go, pretty quickly when the house is in pretty good shape. A lot of people want homes with pools, and so it might give you the illusion that a lot of the houses have swimming pools with it, but that's not the case. A lot of houses that are going under contract quickly have pools with them. Okay, there's like 80 pictures, so I'm not going to go through them all. You guys get the gist. And this one went for $689, 4,349 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, almost a 0.4 acre lot. Again, that pool. So the point, if you're looking for a home with a pool, it's going to go quick. I know I go through these fast, but again, just trying to give you an idea of, how far your dollar will stretch. Great outdoor space, right? Okay, so again, that was just a quick look at housing options. There are so many more. We've got, some great new construction. We've got some amazing midtown houses. The suburbs are incredible, but just a little sneak peek. And again, we saw, those homes with pools are going fast. So that's just a very general search, but giving you a little bit of an idea of what your money can get here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I hope that you found this video useful. If you did, it would be fantastic if you could give it a like or subscribe. And yeah, again, if you're thinking about making that move to Tulsa, reach out and would love to connect with you.